Okay, so I'm not entirely sure I'm live yet, but when I verify that, we'll start doing stuff. Theory, I should be live. But it has not popped through on my end yet. Okay. So sorry with the mix-up if you were watching the scheduled thing. I accidentally messed that up entirely. That's the first time I was doing it, so that's probably why I messed that up. But I should actually be live now. I'm going to try to delete that real quick, because I don't think I need a 1-second live stream on the channel. That didn't really go live properly. So I do have some new stuff going on from this time around, because, for example, I have the sub counter up at the top of the screen. If you guys don't like it, though, I can move it or remove it from this stream. Though, since there's no responses at the moment, we're just going to leave it there, and once people start joining in, we might remove it. So the plan is basically to try to craft the True Axe of Time and the True Hoe of Time, and then at some point during that I'll probably try to get the Angler Wife to hero rank. We might also start with doing that. But actually I don't think we'll start with doing that. I think we'll do a little bit of Dawnhorn farming, and then once we craft one of the required items, we'll go do the angler thing to kind of take a break from that, and then we'll be stuck doing more Dawnhorn farming, which probably be kind of boring, but we kind of have to do it at some point. And what's that? Mini Spooky. Okay, so we have, I think, a rock down here, so we might as well go do the rock. Those are almost always very important to do. Actually, I want to make sure, I want to go double check to make sure everything with the stream is good, because I kind of rush jobbed it, so make sure everything is what it's supposed to be. This is a public stream. We have to make sure. Is that the game title on here as well? Make sure it's Fantasy Life. And in the right section. Okay, so everything should be correct now. So we're just gonna head over to the rock. Might do some random things. I do want to test the Dawn out, or fighting the Dawn Woolly out now that I'm level 98 on Hunter. The damage should be substantially higher than it was the last time around I was doing this. And hopefully we get better luck than the stream I did the other day on Wednesday. As the other day it didn't go so well and we were stuck resetting for Dawn Horns or Dawn Woolies for a very long time to get the horns. So let's get this geode out of the way. And then we need at least one tree and a lot of horns, so at some point I may be skipping these side objectives. Gotta find the sweet spot again. And then at some point I also do want to figure out what the best way to level is for the Gathering Lives, although I would just assume it's running high-level treasure groves. Because, at least for the combat lives, that seems to be the fastest way to do things. And so far we're doing pretty good on this rock. And then I have no clue what the True Hoe of Time requires, so if we have to go fishing in the treasure groves for... I think mostly it's just the evil tuna I need, which hopefully doesn't take too long, if that's what I need. Got the legendary ore, now time to so check the shop as well while we're out and about. Can't wait for Don to just teleport to a different area. That's kind of what's happened some of the other times I'm doing this, is I'll fly over to the location and then teleport away. I want to take my blue marker off though, because I don't know what that's on. Selling anything interesting over here? Okay, so we have a pattern that I don't really care about. I don't think many, if any of these are anything important. I mean, I could technically buy a bunch of saplings. I mean, I don't think I have enough currency to justify doing that, though. And then we'll kind of just fly over to this fish spot, and then we'll start resetting the towers from there, assuming all that still works. So hopefully we find a legendary Don really quickly, because we're gonna have to find a lot of those. And then at some point we'll go into the depths and get Angler level 3. Or not level 3, to hero rank. We already got a Don Wooly that's surprisingly quick, but it's still only 2 horns out of 10 at best. That's nice. And then I also got this. I did my video opening 999 mysterious lights. And it ended up resulting in this, and I think I have probably every recipe from that at this point. I will say 999 mysterious lights may be way overkill, because a lot of the stuff I was getting out of there turned just to be kind of nothing. So, I'd kind of recommend opening them as you get them instead of stockpiling. Yeah, 100 is so much damage. Like, do this on Wizard, and it takes forever to kill him, and now I'm on Hunter and just dealing an absurd amount of damage. So this is definitely not so bad anymore. Probably hitting the time requirements and everything. And who's ever tuned in right now, this is my bow, if you want to see what I'm running for that, and then everything else is drop rate armor. So, most of the bow is almost entirely from the charged attack bonuses and the skills you get on Hunter. And Hunter seems extremely broken, though. At some point, they'll probably do 2 other live streams where I try out Ranger, and then another one where I try out Paladin. Paladin may be split into 2 separate things, because if I want to get the True Shield of Time and True Sword of Time, that'll take a long time to get both of them. We will grab the fish here at the moment, because wouldn't mind ranking this area up eventually. And this isn't too far out of the way. Fight me. Did I do something wrong? Maybe I should have just flown over here. Yeah, this definitely would have been faster to just fly. Then again, I guess after the woolly I could craft the generic Hoe of Time, and then we can get the True Hoe of Time pattern. I don't want to swim, I want to catch the fish. And we also need a legendary tree to spawn in at some point. The other thing is I'm increasingly getting to a point where I think I can just do 900-year Treasure Grove solo without any issues. Just because those 900-year Treasure Groves are getting easier and easier. Or more so the treasure grove is just getting easier in general. Okay, so it's on the opposite side. And then after this time, we should just get an excellent on the fish. Just gonna kind of end up with an absurd amount of fish resources, but this is mostly just to eventually rank this area up to rank 5. And then I do need a legendary tree to spawn at some point so I can get an extra piece of wood, because I still need one of those. So I think I do want to remove this, because I don't know what that's on, and not. For whatever reason, I've trained myself to always go after the blue mark on the map, despite the blue mark not always being there, or being the correct one. But it's mostly just not the correct one if you already have a marker down. That's something. Yes, so we do have a down woolly. Almost missed that one. And now time to absolutely obliterate the down woolly now that I've properly set up a combat class that isn't wizard. I would assume I can probably get more damage out on wizard, it's just... this seems to be a lot stronger. Especially because I'm dealing like almost 20,000 damage if everything goes right. Because it's just max damage in both hits. And then if one of the hits doesn't crit, it's still like 5,000 damage. So, definitely would highly recommend breaking up Hunter. Hunter just seems absolutely ridiculous. I think almost all combat in the game very easy at this point. And then we'll just go back over here. We definitely need to still find another woolly, and then kind of just going to be a lot of this for a while, and then we'll take a break from it, and then we'll do more. Wish you could just post tracking things, because we're 4 out of 10. And it would be nice if you could track a recipe somewhere on the screen, maybe where the quest is. There are some games that will let you do that. Gonna keep looking for that legendary woolly, and I do hope I find a legendary tree shortly here, because I need one piece of wood. And at some point here, too, I need to look into leveling my hunter the rest of the way. Because it'd be nice to just have all the stat points, despite most of them, I think at this point, most of my notes don't really matter. They're either small damage resistant buffs, or armor or something. And the way this class works, you just don't... I mean, you kind of... It's not bad to have it, but it's not really required for maximum damage output. And most things you're going to be killing almost instantaneously.
Cast aside your doubts.
We just need to get this rocket fish. Well, I mean, I could just skip these, but I want to get this area to rank 5 and see if there's anything interesting here. Although I think it is just another one of those returning resources. And most of the returning resources aren't that crazy. I'll use the LB plus Y and pull it out. Another excellent catch. A bunch of extra fish resources by the end of this. And we're a 6,400 rank way to finishing. We're almost 6,500. I mean, if I did literally any side objective, we would be 6,500. Keep an eye out for another woolly. And also, depending on how quick this is, we can try doing a solo all the way down to floor or 900-year Treasure Grove run. Oh, nice. We got the last tree I need. At least for a while. Probably eventually need trees again. So we'll just head out to the tree. And hopefully this tree gives me more than one drop, because that was a problem that I kept running into on Wednesday. I kept breaking the tree and then getting one drop for whatever reason. Barry, trust me, you don't want to attack me. You're gonna get one shot and then regret it. I find the sweet spot. I guess I should probably do this because it makes it a little faster instead of hitting it, because then, yeah, if you get the bad one, then it's very quick. Just check the opposite side and usually you're on top of it. But I do want to get the true axe of time because my damage should go up quite a bit here. And mining these trees won't be as painful anymore. I mean, it'll still be kind of slow, but it should be a lot better. Then again, I think I can optimize this one a little further if I decided to recraft it a couple times, but since we'll be crafting the true axe of time first here, that'll be completely eliminated shortly, and then we'll craft the True Hoe of Time after doing probably a brief intermission and getting anglering to hero rank. Because I pretty much only need to go into the depths and catch a few things down there, and it should happen, I would assume, relatively quickly. Oh, we have a second one. Oh, nice. We have just a woolly that spawned in as well. That's always nice to see two legendary objectives at the same time. Discord message is relevant. Oh, we just need to go up the mountains. Sadly, there's no mount that can just climb walls. But yeah, I really do like this. And then time to just obliterate the Don Wooly. At this point, it's like, I should have chose Hunter sooner, because Hunter does so much damage. But yeah, this is absolutely why when I joined multiplayer lobbies, I see people just using Hunter and dealing max hits instantaneously. Then Don Wooly goes down with no problems. Meanwhile, I go try that on Wizard, and everything falls apart. Yeah, it's gonna be a while till I think level any of those areas because they're very slow leveling. That'll be interesting to see how long it takes to get another legendary fish. And what is this one? That has to be a tree based on how high we are. We'll grab this tree because I do want to get enough to craft another wood-related item, although it is kind of irrelevant to do that, likely because I would farm out enough wood while trying to get Don Woolies, because that just seems to be how most of the time I'm doing progression ends up working out, is you essentially get enough rocks and wood to craft an entire weapon while farming out your horns, unless you start skipping them at some point. Although, at least once I get the true Axe of Time, mining these legendary trees should go a little faster. Just need to remember to do the charged Y attack, because that seems just way more efficient later on in the game, which is where I'm at. Although, because this is a level 90 tree, it takes a little while. Oh, we gotta find the new sweet spot. Yeah, I like it when you don't move the sweet spot. I do occasionally get that. Oh, the other thing I found out is you do the requests in your base, you can get more gold flowers every day. So, I haven't, I think, found a way to do that efficiently yet, but it would definitely be something I'd recommend looking into, at least if you don't want to do the time skip cheese that I think is available, although what I was reading about from some comments on some posts is that it can mess up selling stuff in the shops, so I probably won't be doing it. Got 2 drops, which is okay, could be better. Here's level 6, 5. I'm sure these are all 5. They should be fine. I don't know why I'm spending so much time looking there. Should be really obvious if there's a legendary thing, and then if there is nothing, you'll notice quickly because there'll be no blue marker at all. And then if you get lucky, you can get 2. Spud. Let's go check to make sure. Yeah, there's no like monster icon over there. I'm just gonna ignore the spud. Spud basically doesn't help me at all. Pretty much exclusively the woolies that we're after at this point. We need so many horns, and then once I'm done with this, I finally have all the harvesting stuff set up. I will say, I hope if they do DLC at some point... I mean, they did announce they were doing a free, like, DLC update. I hope there is more variety on whatever endgame farm they have us do for any better tier items that probably will come along with that. As currently, it gets very boring trying to farm Don Woolies out for true time versions of everything. And likely, if I set my companions up with stuff, they are not getting a true version of anything. That would take way too long to make, like, 3 swords of time, 3 shields of time, 3